Hi guys, this is me Sanchita and this is my first long form video on YouTube, and today I'm going to do this really nice pink glowy makeup. So follow along with me if you want to see how I created this look. So this is MAC Fix Plus and I use this for skin prep. I've been using this since years before starting my makeup, and it honestly is just the best thing in my opinion. I'll just spray an even layer all over my face, and right now I'll just tie my hair and be back. Now that I have tied my hair up, I'm gonna start with e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I'll use this to hide little bit of my pigmentation right around my mouth, around my under eyes. I don't do color correcting on a daily basis. I just use this concealer and I'm pretty much done. Little bit here, little bit here. This is the brush that I'm going to blend out with. It is a perfect kind of brush. Like you see, it's a bit slanted but also dense on top. You can see by the amount of product on it that I have used it, and it's clean. It's just, I don't know what to do about this, but yeah, this is what I am going to use to blend my concealer. And yeah, I'll start from here. I'll go around my eyes, but I'll not bring it close to my lines on under my eyes because otherwise it will settle in. So I'll just blend it out, and whatever is left on my brush, I'll just use it to blend the others into that area so that I don't have as much product that it goes and settles into my fine lines. And I'll do the same here. So I blend out around the eyes first, and then whatever is left on the brush, I'll go and use it close to the eye and maybe a little bit over here. And blend this out. Now if I need more, I'll go and add more, but right now I don't think I need much, and I'm pretty much done with the concealer. Moving on directly to the blush or the tint. This is the Etude water tint. It's light, it doesn't need much blending. The only thing that you need to take care of is once you put it on, you need to blend it immediately, and do not let it sit on your skin because sometimes it dries too fast and it leaves a patch on your skin, you know. So as soon as you put it on, you just blend that area and then you move on, you know, to other parts of the face. So I do my cheeks, a little bit on my nose, and on my eyelids too, not too much. And of course lips. This water tint has really done wonders in my makeup routine. It is really lightweight and it blends out like a dream. I don't have to worry about it throughout the day. It does not move, it stays intact, and it gives a light flush of color like you see over here, over here, over here. The only thing that I don't like about this is that you have to blend it out really fast, and sometimes in the lips, if you have dry patches somewhere, it will go and settle there. So make sure you moisturize your lips very nicely before you start applying this tint. Now I have a little concealer under my eyes and it tends to settle into fine lines, so I need to set that with a powder. And these are the only two powders that I use, which is the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder and the Fit Me loose finishing powder in the shade 15 light. This is a very good option, so I'll go with this. And what I'll do is I'll take a little bit on my brush and I'll buff it into the brush. I'll smooth any lines here and I'll set it little bit over here because when I smile, you know, you see these lines. so the concealer tends to set into that line. Again, on this area, I'll smooth the lines. I'll use the powder on the smile line a little bit. I don't go around a lot on my face, just whatever is left on the brush, I'll brush it out on the face. And that's it. I'll move on to the eyes, and for that I have the It's a Mood palette from Colorpop, and there are tons of browns and nudes over here. There's a pop of colors as well. There are purples, there are greens, and of course nudes and grays. There are cool toned, warm toned, and it's just a very versatile palette that I like to use on a daily basis. I'll take this shade, tap it off, and I'll start putting it on the crease, just to give a little bit of depth to my eye. And I also have hooded eyes, so when I open my eyes, it tends to go into the socket, and things that are on the close to the lash line get transferred to the top part of my eyelid. So that's why I like to do the powdering stuff much more on these higher areas, so that this part doesn't get transferred to the top part of the eyelid. I'll go in with a darker color, again tap it off, and I'll place it at the outer corner and bring it in a little bit. It's very important to blend your eyeshadow out, because otherwise it may look patchy and unnatural. So I like to take my time and blend it out, and I hold my brush at quite a distance away from the brush. Yeah, quite a distance away from the brush, so that I can just blend it out softly. And I like to go around in circles and blend it. Once I'm happy with that, I go ahead and decide if I want any glitter, and I think I'll go with it a little bit. So I'll use this one and just tap it very lightly. Once I'm happy with that, I take my kajal, and this is the Lakme Eyeconic, and I'll just scribble very close to the lash line. Do this on the other side. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to apply it like very close. I don't go any further because, like I said, I have hooded eyes, and if I go any further when I open my eyes, it just transfers to the top half of the lid. And then I'll also do half of my lower lash line. So why I do half is because, like you see, it doesn't close my eye off completely. It gives that smoky eye look without making my eyes look smaller. If I pull it completely on the lower lash line, it may make my eyes look smaller, which is why I prefer to keep it on the outer lash line only, if that makes sense. And now, since this is a cream product, I need to set it with a powder product so that it doesn't move, and I'll show you that in a bit. I'll take this small brush from Cuffs and Lashes CS03, and it's a really good quality brush in my opinion. The bristles are really closely packed, and there's some color on it because I was doing some eye looks just an hour back, so yeah, please don't mind that. But yeah, I'm going to use this brush, and I'm going to use the same eye palette using a darker color and blending that out. I just take it a little bit out here so it looks like I have an eyeliner on. Yeah, blend it out with my fingers as well. You don't have to be perfect, you don't have to use brushes, you can do it with your fingers as well. And I'm just going to blend it out really nicely so it doesn't have any harsh lines. I repeat that on my lower lash line. So you see how that gives a little bit of a smoky look without much effort. It's just kajal that you're blending with a brown eyeshadow using a brush. And you don't even have to do the transition shades, you know. You can just start with the kajal and blend it out with a brown eyeshadow brush. Apply some sparkles if you want to. If you don't want to, that's completely your choice. That is just how I like to do it. And yeah, I think my eyes are done. I'll use this Staze All Eyes on You mascara, and this is a tubing mascara. Tubing mascara is basically a mascara in which you do not have to worry about it bleeding throughout the day, but it comes off really easily with warm water, and it comes out in clumps, so you don't have to rub too much or tug too much around your eyes. This is really nice if you want that kind of volume but do not want to worry about how you'll wash it at the end of the day. So I'll just do light coats, and sometimes I do hit the mascara on my face accidentally, and it tends to get onto my skin. And one tip that I would like to give is, do not rub the mascara when it's still wet on your face. Let it dry, and after that you can take a Q-tip and just rub out that area. I do not apply it on the lower lash because it again tends to transfer in all mascara. I do not want to look like a raccoon at the end of the day, so yeah, I just avoid that area. Now at this point, if you like, you can apply a powder highlighter or a liquid highlighter. I like to go in with this K-Beauty liquid illuminator and just take a little bit, just a tiny bit like this much, and rub it between my fingers and apply it. Just tap it on your cheeks, and you see how that gives a very natural glow to my face, and it doesn't have any chunky glitter particles, so it looks like a glow from within kind of highlighter, and it doesn't move your base product as well. So I really like this as a highlighter. And for lips, I like to either go with a matte lipstick, and I'll show you some options. Either I'll go with this Loreal lipstick in the shade Worth It Medium, or I'll go with Kiro lip gloss in the shade Cocoa Walnut. These are my two picks. If I want to go matte, I'll take this L'Oreal. If I want to apply a gloss, I'll go with this Kiro, or sometimes I'll just apply a tiny bit of this Worth It Medium and I'll top it off with this gloss. I start applying a little bit from the center of my lips, and this has a kind of a doe foot applicator, so you can just use it to line your lips as well. Now moving on to the gloss, you see there's a very nice pink lipstick situation going on. This gloss is kind of cool toned, so that kind of balances it out. And yeah, this is my bag of lipsticks. Please don't judge, it's a huge bag like you see. Please do let me know if you want to see a video of all the lipsticks that I own. There's a lot, trust me. So yeah, I'll be happy to do a video sometime. I really like how this look turned out. It's looking very pink and glowy. So yeah, that is the makeup that I do if I'm going out. Please don't forget to subscribe and do leave some love in the comment section below. Let me know what you'd like to see next. That's all for today. Bye.